Welcome to the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, welcome to the show. This is the place, the one-stop shop for everything local fishing. We're going to go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover your future marine forecast, your moon phase, and your tide charts. All right, so like I said, welcome to the show. Before we get into this, though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow as an angler, or just see some great, exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button and joining the South Florida Saltwater Fishing family. All right, folks, we had a very active week of fishing, a ton of submissions. We're going to go over that momentarily because we got no news from NOAA or the feds. No shutdowns or closures, nothing unexpected. The news of the week, however, is the fact that the rainy season officially starts for South Florida tomorrow. So we're going to go over all that here in a moment. But first, fishing. All right, so let's do this. Our inshore bite. We're going to talk inshore, right? A little bit of the skinny water stuff. We still got some pompano biting. We still got the bluefish biting. A couple of Spanish mackerels. But what I did get some great submissions of was a couple of dandy snook. This is a submission from Mike. It says solid 32-inch on the binger right there. First thing Monday morning. Great way to start off the week, right? 32-inch keeper slot snook. Great eating right there too, man. Congratulations to Mike. That's out of he's up in Port St. Lucie, I believe. Hopefully, he doesn't write me and go, no, that was wrong. Anyway, great catch right there on the snook. And we also have another snook I want to show you. So obviously the snook are fairly well being taken care of when it comes to our inshore bite. And bear with me a minute and I will pull up this other snook. This is going to be from Gary. And like I said, hey, perfect. Make the submission. We got the proof is in the pudding right here from Snook. There we go. Snook. This is Gary right here. Another nice little snook. Not sure if it's a slot, but hey, great catch. Let me see if he said anything about it. Under the trees on shrimp. There you go. So that's a little bit of info what it hit. Perfect. Okay. So that's our intro bite. You know, the pompano and the bluefish, all that goodness is going to start kind of going away. They're migratory fish. The water's warming up and they follow the bait, which is in the colder water. So those fish are going to peter off. The snook are going to, they're going to keep biting. The tarpon are going to keep biting. And down south, the bonefish, that's going to peter off too. So your inshore bite is going to shift here a little bit. Mangrove snapper are going to still be there. You're just going to have to go and hunt them down, obviously, and, little canals and estuaries and stuff. All right, let's move on. What are we moving on to? The reef. The reef is on fire. I cannot say it any other way. The reef is on fire. Let me go over what's biting on the reef right now, and then we're going to show you all these pictures. We got yellowtail, porgy, grouper season opened up. I got some great pictures from grouper. I mean, some solid groupers. Some scamps and gags. Remember, gag is closing here June 15th, so you only got a little bit of time to get them. The mangrove snapper are biting. Muttons are still biting, which is, that's always great. We got rainbow runner that are showing up periodically. They're scattered, but they're showing up. So if you get one, hey, that's great eating. And of course, our friends, the barracudas. So let us go on and start with, what are we going to start with? We'll start with that rainbow runner. This is from Mike. Mike fishes out. He fished in between Palm Beach and Boynton, trolling up and down, and he got some fish. So let me show you right here. He's got a little mixed bag, but it doesn't hurt to show you right here. So here he's got there's the rainbow runner right there, dolphin and blackfin going on. So we will get to the trolling species, but that's what we got going on. Like I said, the rainbow runners, they're showing up, they're scattered, but hey, if you get them in the bucket, awesome, man. Don't deny it. All right, so now let's take a look at our reef. We've got a lot going on the reef. So this is from Pedro. Pedro got a very nice mixed bag going on right here, a little bit of everything. So we've got the yellowtails, mutton snapper, the barracuda. Like I said, they're starting to show up as summertime encroaches. Those kudas are you're not gonna be able to get away from them. They're gonna be like the false albacore. If you can go out and fish and not get them, you're something special. We got porgy right here, and of course the king mackerel. So that's a nice, solid reef mixed bag right there. He's got a blackfin back here where he said he nabbed that on the way in trolling. And this was Lake Worth up to Jupiter. So a nice little haul. Reef fishing on bottom with sardines. King hit a flat line. Trolled for a little bit on the way back and got the little football right there. All right, awesome information. So obviously, you know, up north a little ways, north on the Tri-County area, the fish are biting. So let's see what else we got here. That's nice solid reef catch. Here we go. Here's more. This is from Neil. Neil has a good reef. Let me see. We got some false albacore, yellowtail, porgies, grunts. So there we go. Nice dinner catch, right? Grunts and grits. Good. Definitely solid day out on the reef. You know, fun day on the reef. You see, got this out of Palm Beach on Saturday. Perfect. Thank you, Neil. Let's keep on moving on. Here we go. This is a video from Danny. And it's, look at that. That's a bucket load, a full bucket load. Look like they limited out, you know, having a little bit of fun there. That's a great catch when it comes to, let's see, can I expand that? Yeah. Nice haul of yellowtails. So the yellowtails are happening right now when it comes to being over the reef. All right, let's keep moving on. What else have we got? That's reef. Oh, here's another video from over the reef. This is clutch. Okay, so we got some yellowtails flopping over the deck and some in the bucket, right? And interesting story right here. He said he went out of Miami, 60 feet, 2-person limit. Perfect. Only one chum block needed. Yeah, can't complain about that. 20 yellowtails. Great day. Here we go. Again, following the feeding on the reef. Again, this is from Osmani. He said his dad and uncle went out and they hit it hard. When was this? Thursday night. Little night fishing going on. Solid mutton. Again, the mutton snapper are, you know, they're consistent, so don't get it. And obviously, that yellowtail bite, as you can see, everybody's getting them. So if you're into the reef fishing and you want to go and bust out the chum and, you know, float your lines out, the yellowtail are there if you can find them. Great job, guys. So what else have we got on the reef? Let's keep moving on down our list. Oh, grouper time. Let me show you. This is Michael. He got these bad boys. I'm going to show you. He's got a couple of grouper. He headed out of Sebastian fishing with Johnny Jigs stuff. He gave them a little shout out. I found that on Facebook. So there we go. Solid gag, scamp. I mean, man, he found a great grouper hole right there. That is awesome. Let's see what else we got here. He's got another scamp. He said he got 2 19-inch scamps, and I forget how big he said the gag was, but it's definitely in the double digits, 20. Man, great job right there. Awesome, man. He had a solid day. He found the spot wherever it was. So grouper are biting, right, guys? And again, those seasons are gonna scamp. They haven't put the nicks on it yet, but we'll see how much everybody posts on it and gets caught up in it. Let's see. Up, down in Marathon. Again, more yellowtail over the reef. This is Captain Alex. There we go. Solid. That's a nice little flaggy flag right there. Can't complain about that. So, Captain Alex is out of Marathon. If you're headed down that way, south, and you need some a captain, go on ahead. You can hit me up. I can give you his information, and we can you'll have some knowledge down there, someone to go fishing with. Let me see what else I got here. This is from Blake. More yellowtail, obviously a mixed bag. So Blake went down off of just north of Alligator Reef out of Isla Morada, right? So we got the keys covered. So what you can see is our reef is doing great with the yellowtails. The snapper fishing is on fire. The porgies are there. The groupers are there. And we're going to hit up the trolling, obviously, which is your dolphin. When you're drifting around, you can obviously catch them too. But everything is happening. Oh, I didn't even pull this picture up. I'm sorry. I was on the wrong one. Here, let me show that right here. I apologize. I was on the wrong screen. Here we go. This is Blake, right? All right, here we go. So, again, out of Alligator Reef, just to the north of it, I believe. Again, Isla Morada. So there we go. We've got a solid reef bite, and he's got some dolphin going on in there. The mahi bite is solid. All right, so let's move on and see what we got going on. So now that's our reef bite, right? All sorts of snappers, the groupers, the scattered rainbow runners are biting. The barracudas are starting to show up. Okay, so let's talk deep real quick before we head into trolling, because trolling is very active, and I want to mention something peculiar that's happening in certain areas about trolling. Out deep, you got your rosies, your vermilions. They're an all year round thing. You got to hunt them out, right? Rosies are in 800 feet. If you want to go find them, remember, stay in the rubble. Stay out of the mud if you want to find the bigger, more abundant pods of rosies. Vermilion snapper, 200-300 feet is where they are generally found off structure. You'll find them in schools, and they'll be drifting and moving around with the current. So if your current's going north, that's what you're going to want to do to get into the vermilion bite. And they opened up blue line tilefish. I saw some slob blue lines caught in random feeds on Facebook and in social media. So again, July 19th, they're shutting it down. So if you are into deep dropping, even if you're not, if you've got a reel that's packed with braid, you can hand crank up blue line tiles. They're found in 400 to 500 feet over the mud. I wouldn't want to do it with like an old school Penn Senator, like a 1-1 ratio. If you've got a reel that's like a 3-to-1, you can definitely go and get blue line tilefish with 1 to 2 pounds of weight. Drop down there, wait for the bite. You'll be good to go. Bonita is going to be your best bait for them. Squid, they tend to tear it off rather easy. So just a little tip for your blue line tilefish. All right, now we are going to head into trolling. So I want to say, when it comes to trolling, let me just pull up Blake's picture here again, because lots of dolphin, lots of mahi are being caught, right? So there's mahi and there's blackfin tuna. So again, here's down in the Keys. This is Blake's submission. What else? I know I've got another one. Here is out of Jupiter, solid kingfish. This guy is the hidden water is tagged from Instagram, but he sent me this picture. Said he used the report, headed out of Jupiter and caught a smoker king. Great, awesome job, guys, out of Jupiter. So interestingly enough, what I've seen when it comes to trolling is the dolphin and the mahi are around, right? So either you're able to find them or you're not. So if you're not finding them, heading over to Reef, go for those kingfish. The sailfish are still biting too, obviously. But I've had reports of people that just couldn't find the dolphin. They couldn't find the tuna either. So they went in and they hit up the Reef, and they got a couple kings and the scattered sails. So let's head into our trolling again. The fish of the week is going to be the mahi. This is from. I'm just going to roll down what we got because everybody's got something to show, and I'll tell you where they're coming out of. So this is out of Pompano Beach, Deerfield, Hillsboro Inlet. This is Thomas. Nice, 4-pack of dolphin right there. Hey, good job right there. Some tacos, taco time right there. Let's keep moving on down the list. Obviously, we saw this one earlier. This was Pedro and Anna out of Lake Worth. They got that king on the flat line. They said not so much trolling, but still, like I said, over Reef, troll up them kings. Get out that planer. They're going to bite. Here we go. This is out of Stewart. This is Chris. Nice dolphin there. Nice little juvie bull. Bank load of tuna. You see the big girl right there, and then all the little footballs and another little schoolie dolphin going on. Hey, this is what is happening right now. And you know, if I was to go out, I would definitely go for this sort of fishing first. And if this isn't your cup of tea, definitely give that reef a try. Go for the kingfish, man. It's definitely going to turn into a hot kingfish bite potentially, you know, now and for the months to come. All right. So there we go. We saw the grouper. We saw the snook. Here we go. Jason Reese, Guggen the Pro Offshore YouTube channel. He hit up the blackfin and the dolphin. So, hey, solid day out of there. Let's see. He headed out of Deerfield. So that's Hillsborough Inlet, 130 feet to 310 feet. And that was, he doesn't say what day. He got that, a chugger and a planer. So there's a little bit of information. They're hitting down deep. They're hitting up on top. That's good stuff right there. Jason Reese, thank you. Let's keep moving on with our trolling. So obviously you can see like I said, the mahi and the blackfin are killing it. All right, here we go. This is from Daniel. He's got nice mahi going on. He's got a nice little mixed bag going on here also. Let me show you what he's got. He's got that mahi. Then he also landed a tuna, little blackfin football tuna. And then he also hooked on to a sailfish. So, you know, he's got a trifecta over the deep edge of the reef. You know, heading out. He don't know how far out he went, how deep he was. Let's see. He gave me a little bit of information here. Mahi, blackfin, and sail between 500 and 600 feet. Key Largo. Purple feather was the most productive thing. So there you go. A little bit of information right there. Nice sailfish right here going on. He looks like he's getting that bad boy up to the boat in that picture. All right. So Key Largo. Key Largo's got a nice bite. There you go. 500 to 600 feet. That's where the pelagics are swimming around. Always good to, you know, get a little bit of everything going on. He's got some dinner, he's got some sushi, and he's got a nice fighting fish right there in that sailfish. All right, let's keep on moving on. Good job, Daniel. Let's keep moving on. What do we got here? That's yellowtail, and that is about it for all of our pictures. Let me see if I got anything else. That's the kingfish. Yeah. So, okay. So that's our trolling, right? Also, we didn't really get any pictures, but there are scattered wahoo still biting. So if you're a moon fisherman or you're a tide fisherman for your wahoo, go on ahead and give it a shot. They're swimming around. Trying to pick them off and target them, it's going to become difficult until we get into June. Last June, we had one of the best Junes for wahoo fishing that I've ever seen. I mean, people were doubling and tripling up on the wahoos. So that's what we got going on for our trolling, right? Everything is biting right now. Over the reef, you got your false albacore, your kingfish, scattered sailfish, the wahoo over the deep. And as you head out a little bit further, that's where you get into your blackfin and your mahi. But like I said, there's certain areas like up in Port St. Lucie, Mike Long, he said that he couldn't find any dolphin, so he ran in over the reef, got a couple of kings, also happened to run into a sailfish. So that's where we are at with our fishing report. Thank you everybody for your submissions. You guys are the ones that make this report happen, and this is how we can go week by week by week and get it done. All right, so let's move on to our weather. Like I said, the major weather thing going on right now is that the rainy season officially starts tomorrow. So what that means is we're going to end up in that, what Floridians call that typical summertime pattern where it rains almost every afternoon, whether or not it's thunderstorms or not. But you're going to see we're also heating up towards the summer. In case you can't tell, our fronts are now going to become warm fronts instead of cool fronts. We're going to have, when our wind blows from the south, southwest, that's when it gets really hot. So speaking of heat, Our meteorologists are saying this week we're looking low to mid 90s for the rest of the week. We're going to have some rain starting, I believe, tomorrow in the afternoon and into Thursday. And then over the weekend, we've got a little bit of rain too. So regardless, let's check out Windy and see what we can figure out with our up and coming future forecasts. Here we go. So this is right now. Here we are. We've got winds blowing in the low double digits, mid double digits, the teens from the south. Remember, this south wind, and especially if it's coming from the southwest, blows wind over the land, which is why it heats up the East Coast. And then in the afternoons, we'll get those onshore breezes, which will help fire up our weather and those storms. Okay, so let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, again, here we go. Our wind is going to shift and come from the southwest. So that means we're going to heat up, right? It's in the low teens to mid teens everywhere across the state. Big Bend, it's pushing towards the Big Bend right over here. So you're going to have some chop. We're going to lay down and be kind of a swell maybe. It's our weather, our sea is going to be a little bit choppy. When we go over the wave report, we'll see what happens. But usually you would think that the southwest wind is going to create a swell. But what I was looking at is the period's actually going to be kind of close. So you'll have to watch it if you head out and you're heading out. It's going to be a little sporty out there. Not undoable, but a little bumpy. All right, Wednesday afternoon, again, we're picking up north. Palm Bay, there's a little weird dead spot. Down south in the Keys, though, we look like we lay down and we're coming from the west a little bit. So, that's promising if you're down in the Keys tomorrow. And then Thursday, again, pulling teens into the, low, almost 20 miles an hour, steady. Same thing over on the west coast. So you can see we're looking at some good winds, but it's flowing over the land to the west. So it's going to, it's the chances of it laying the seas down are some, but when you've got consistent steady winds to the west, it's going to create waves that blow to the west. So keep that in mind. Over here on the west coast, you're looking at it being fairly sporty out there. That's Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon would look like we're getting a little bit of wind shifting up here. But again, remember, that's when I said we're going to have some weather start coming down from the north. So it's going to be warm. It's going to be the warm front. But Thursday afternoon, we're looking like this is indicative of rain. So let's head into Friday. Friday is looking like we might lay down a little bit. So Friday is looking like the day that you might get a break and be able to head offshore, get some. Down in Miami, Tri-County area, we're looking, fairly low winds in the morning time. Or West Coast is still getting punished a little bit. Down in the Keys, it's, it's under 10 miles an hour, but who knows what the waves are going to do. This might just be a temporary stall. And remember, that's after the weather has pulled through Thursday evening. Friday afternoon, here we go again. Winds pulling from the south. That onshore breeze going to create some storms and all that. Look at how it convects right around and it pulls into land no matter which side of the peninsula you are on. The Keys, you look like you got some weird, funky dead spot between Key Largo and Marathon. It might lay down. But then again, remember, just because the wind lays down doesn't mean your oceans automatically get flat. And again, storms. Just bear that in mind. Saturday. Yeah, that looks real promising, doesn't it? This green means we're in the teens, pulling. So as you head up north, it heads off west. So we're southerly down south, heading right into the Keys, to the Miami, Biscayne area, the Big Bend. Everybody's getting hit with the south wind. Off the East Coast, it tends to turn out towards the west, or turn out to the east from the west, which may, tend to lay it down a little bit, but it's looking like we're going to probably have some good chop going on when it comes to our seas, which we'll get into the waves next. All right. Out on our west coast, Saturday afternoon, same story. Wind coming in. It's going to be choppy out there. Onshore breezes Saturday afternoon. Same story. Sunday morning. Again, southwesterly, westerly. Again, we're looking at west waves. It's going to be bumpy out there, sporty, but not undoable. West Coast, you're still looking at getting a little bit of pounding the whole week. So you can see a pattern that is developing as summertime starts to roll in. Here we go. Sunday afternoon, onshore breezes, both directions, westerly winds. The pattern remains. Monday, it looks like we get a break. We're starting to get some northwest winds. Maybe a little bit of, it's still going to be hot into early next week, but this is a change in the weather pattern. So that might mean that our ocean's going to give us a little bit of break. We shall see when we look at our waves. Monday afternoon, again, rainy season. Not too windy, starting to lay down over on the west coast. But again, we're going to have our onshore breezes down in the Keys. You got confused winds going. You got a little weird area of convection going down here where it's spinning. Coming from the west here, pushing to the east there. It's all over the place. Tuesday looks like it's starting to give a break. Winds blowing from the northeast. So Tuesday is looking like it might actually be doable. Your luck will change over on the west coast. Hopefully the winds that have been blowing all week don't, mess up that inshore fishing. That's great all around down in here. 10,000 Islands, Big Bend up into Naples, Key West, and all that. Looks like, Tuesday, they're looking like it might get to start cutting you some slack. Tuesday afternoon, again, onshore breezes. That's the story that is going to start happening all the time. All right, so let's look at our waves, and we'll go back to right now. Right now, our waves. Down south, we're looking at 2 to 3 feet. Up north, Tri-County area, it's 3 feet. That's what we'll say. But that is today, right? Today's almost done. So if you're heading offshore right now and watching this, hey, just be careful out there. Further down south, it's a little more subdued. Over in the protected areas back here, Biscayne National Park and the west coast of the Keys, it's laid down, but that's shallow water. So we're a little subdued right now. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, not so friendly. 3 to 4 feet, I'd say. Biscayne National Park, you are 2 feet. So your inlet waters, your intracoastal waters, they're going to be choppy tomorrow around the Big Bend and everywhere. It's laid down, but again, we've got those winds pulling, so just be cautious with all that stuff as you're heading out. Tomorrow is not necessarily a great day, but if we zoom in, you see real close inshore, it's 2 to 3, so it's going to be a little choppy, and our waves are heading from the south. Over here on the west coast, they're heading to the east too. So it's going to be a little sporty out there tomorrow. Same thing tomorrow afternoon. It tends to lay down. Thursday morning, our waves are heading offshore. Remember what I said? This is going to be where we get that pattern of the waves heading out west. So what we'll have to examine here in a moment is what's our period. When you've got these west waves, sometimes it's a swell and it's not too bad to head offshore, right? But you've got to watch, again, it's always your period. So we've got these west waves and they've got a great 8 second period in between them. Not that bad. They've got a 4 second period in between them. It's going to be choppy and bumpy and you ain't having fun. All right. West Coast, you're starting to get beat up Thursday morning. Biscayne Bay, Everglades National Park, not too bad. All right. Thursday afternoon, Tri-County area, not too bad. It starts to lay down a little bit. But again, we're going to have rain starting to come in Thursday afternoon. So just keep all this in mind. Just because the ocean looks great and the waves are looking good right here, there's other atmospheric things that are going to, that will put a hamper on the party. All right, Friday. Ooh, this was looking nice down in the Keys. Looks like it lays down. Everglades National Park, nice. Over as we get further up north around the Big Bend, not so, 2 to 3. Definitely Tri-County area and up north, all the way up the coast almost, 2 to 3. So not bad Friday, right? That's in the morning, Friday afternoon. That stays that way all day. Let's see what happens with our wave direction. And it's kind of, you see here, we've got this confused sea right in this area. So you see you've got your waves heading out west, and then you see how they kind of buckle in and they head towards the east the closer inland you get. So that's just something to think about. Confused seas are always, that your boat's rocking back and forth all the time, regardless. All right, Friday afternoon, a little less confusion. Waves heading from the northeast and down Fort Lauderdale and stuff. We still got weird, confused seas. So you'll have, areas where it might be more doable and it might seem like it's more calm. All right, Saturday. Again, not too bad. 2 to 3. We've got waves coming from the south and heading towards the northwest as they get a little bit more up the coast. Down south in Miami, Biscayne Bay, it's looking nice. Everglades National Park, all the way down in the Keys. Yeah, it's 2 to 3, so it's going to be bumpy out there, but it's not unrealistically undoable. So it's going to be windy. There's going to be waves. The West Coast, look at this. These are, you're looking at 4 or 5 footers out here. So I don't know about heading offshore unless you're really into the sporty stuff. Same thing with up north, Port St. Lucie, heading way offshore. You're going to be battling the elements. Saturday afternoon, same thing. Story's staying the same. Seas are 2 to 3. Going to pick up as we get those onshore breezes in the afternoon. Yes, windy is a great application. Windy tells it all, and it's good. I like to use a multitude of things because there's always different points of view. And windy also has one that gives you like a readout, which we'll use next, which is called WindFinder. But windy's great because you can look at your waves, you can look at your rain, you can look at ocean temperatures, you can all sorts of great stuff. But yes, windy is great. And that's from Ali. Yes. All right. Sunday, yeah. It's not really too bad. We're probably looking at seas 2 foot, 3 foot. Not real bad. Waves coming from the south. So, this is good dolphin fishing weather. We've got our food supply is obviously going to be coming up the coast. So, get out there and go for those dolphin, and that'll feed the reef too. West Coast, like I said, West Coast is going to be taking a beating all week. Everglades National Park, it's laid. It looks like it's laid down, but that's shallow. It's hidden in there with 10,000 islands and all that goodness. The lower Keys, middle Keys, 2 to 3. That's the story of the week right now. It's looking like 2 to 3, but I'm telling you, it's going to be bumpy. There's no way that these waves aren't going to have 3-4 second periods in between them. Same thing Sunday afternoon, 2 to 3. Confused sea. In close, it looks like you've got up to about 5 miles out. You've got east waves, and then the further offshore you get, that's where you'll have those westerly waves, and they're going to be choppy too. Monday, same thing, 2 to 3, all over the place. Inland, down further south, it looks like you might, if you're fishing out of the Keys, might not be too bad. Some patry fishing or whatever, get that going on. Monday afternoon, same story, 2 to 3, a choppy 2 to 3 is what we're going to be looking at. Tuesday, down south, it looks like it'll lay down some for you. So if you're out in the Keys and you're looking to head offshore, Tuesday morning is looking pretty. Hopefully it will look like that Tuesday afternoon as we head in. Up north now, you're still taking a beating. So let's look at our rain, because our rain's very important this time of year. Let's go back to today. Rain. So we've got some storms, clouds, everything, lightning building up over the Tri-County area. So this is this afternoon. This is actually right now. So it's actually probably dissipated. That was earlier. Let's look at tomorrow morning. Got some rain over the mid-state near the lake, west coast. Not bad. And here's all that rain. Like I said, we're going to see rain. That's probably a warm front coming through. It'll pass through the afternoon. Miami looking at some rain. Thursday, there's the rain that's going to, pull through. So like I said, Wednesday into Thursday, we're looking at a warm front coming through. So, that's just these patterns that's going to start happening. Thursday afternoon, again, some storms, chance of storms, not bad. The Bahamas look like they're going to take a little bit of punishment Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, not much going on. We've got some storms up north. The weather is going to be up north, and for it to push all the way through down to the south, whether or not it makes it all depends upon what we've got. So you see we've got a southerly flow, which kind of keeps it up there, but it makes it dissipate as it gets down south, right? So Friday, there we go. We got some, looks like some afternoon from the onshore breezes. Again, this is going to be our pattern, right? Afternoon, rainy season. Saturday, got some weather up north again in the morning, not really much. Saturday afternoon, here's again onshore breezes. That onshore breeze creates heat, drives the wind coming from the west, and you have you got cold and warm colliding, and that's what creates thunderstorms. So there we go. Sunday. Sunday looks like we got some weather that's going to make it down our way. And could you guide me a little bit where I usually fish? Where do you usually fish? Sunday afternoon. So Sunday you got some rain pulling through. But then again, as we looked at it, the seas, it's going to be choppy. And so Sunday is going to be rainy day. So if you head out, bring your rain gear Sunday. Monday, again, more of that after effects. This is Monday morning. More of the after effects of the Sunday fallout. Monday afternoon. Again, this is our typical pattern. You're going to see this day in and day out. Rain in the afternoon. Your video about mutton snapper. Okay. Give me a little bit more info. You know what you can do if you need some more specific info? Email me. It's in the description. Go ahead and email me, and I can see what I can do for you to help you out a little bit. All right, Monday afternoon, like I said, onshore rain. Tuesday morning, not much. Let's see what's happening Tuesday afternoon. Again, there you go. The onshore showers. So as you can see, the rainy season is definitely here. All right, folks. So that is wind. Now we're going to go to its sister webpage, which is WindFinder, and look and see. The WindFinder is kind of cool because it gives you wave directions, periods between waves, and all that goodness. All right, so here we are, WindFinder. So today, right now, again, like we said, solid upper teens into the 20s, gusts into the 20s. Your video about mutton snapper and GPS fish finder was the best. Learned a lot from it. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. That's the intention for you to learn. So I'm here. I'm trying to help out. I'm ready to get back out on a boat. I got about a month to go, and then I should be able to go fishing, recovering from surgery. All right. Our wind direction, again, today, south, tomorrow, south, southwest, turning a little bit to the west, right? winds, steady teens, gusting up into the 20s. Look at our wave directions from the south, the southeast, and here is our periods: 5, 6, 6, 5, 5. So it's when you've got these southwest waves, it's in 5, 6 second period. You're gonna have to make that call. It's gonna be bumpy. But look at the wave heights. They're saying 4 foot, 3 to 4 foot, right? Thursday, west winds, northwest winds into Friday, shifting from the southwest, gusts. Yeah, man, steady winds in the low double digits. And Friday, you're going to have a dead spot where it calms down in the middle of the day and then it shifts back up to the southwest and picks up in the afternoon. That'll be your onshore breeze. Your waves, again, you've got this weird confused sea going on where your waves are pointing, they're heading from the southeast, they'll head to the east and then back south. The period not too bad on Thursday. Friday, 6 to 7, and then when your wave directions start to shift, you're in the afternoon, the period shortens to 3 seconds. But as you can see right here, Thursday and Friday, your wave heights, right? That's wave heights are 1 foot. So Friday is looking like a nice day out there. Thursday, a little bumpy, but not bad. But then again, like I said, with the 7 second periods, it's good. But once you get that onshore breeze, it's going to turn into chop. All right, Saturday, 1 to 2, not bad. But again, this is a general area, so you've got to watch your local area. Look at your inlet cams and make sure that it's not hazardous when you head out. Saturday, less than 10 miles an hour, afternoon onshore breeze. Sunday, again, less than 10 miles an hour, heading up into the over 20 miles an hour by nightfall. Gusts over 20. Waves heading in an easterly direction both days from southeast to east. Good fishing wave, good fishing wave direction. 6 second period, 5 second period. Like I said, Sunday a little bit less, further spread out. Seas 1 to 3 on Saturday, 2 to 3 on Sunday. So it's not too bad. But then again, bring the rain gear if you want to go out. Monday, west winds. Tuesday, west winds around 10 miles an hour. And then again, like I said, that onshore breeze in the afternoon where it picks up to 20 miles an hour. Tuesday, same thing, dips down, low to the middle of the day, and then it picks up as the afternoon comes on. Wave directions from the east, northeast, then to the southeast. Good solid period of 7 to 8 seconds in the morning to 1 to 2 foot seas, and then in the afternoon that period will shorten up. Same thing on Tuesday. All right, so our waves are not looking bad. It's going to be like I said, I'm telling you, it's going to be a little bumpy out there, but it ain't going to be too bad. So if you got that sportiness in you, don't be afraid. It won't be unbearable. All right, let's move on to NOAA. Again, NOAA gives us, a generality. I like to look at, they share the period of the waves too, which is good. I don't just think of them as folks that shut down fisheries. All right. So Wednesday from NOAA, we got south winds 15 to 20, gusts 25, man. Seas 3 to 5, occasional 6 foot, right? So wave details, right? Southeast 5 foot waves at 7 seconds. So that's interesting. So they're saying we got a southeast, almost a swell, but they're saying moderate chop, right? So beware of that. Chance of showers and thunderstorms. That's pretty much all day is what they're saying. Wednesday night, not much is changing. Thursday, same thing, seas 2 to 4 foot, west-southwest waves at 5 seconds, northeast waves at 2 feet. So when they talk about the waves, this is the direction that it's coming from, right? Or these are not the direction that it's coming from. These are the directions that it's heading. So when we've got west-southwest waves, that means they're heading to the west, to the southwest. When we've got northeast wave, that means they're coming from the northeast. So, interesting. Like I said, we've got this confused sea. You've got two different wave directions going on. The further offshore you get, you're going to get into those west waves. The closer inshore you are going to be with the easterly waves. Friday, 5 to 10 knots. Again, we looked at it. Friday looks like the day that you would want to try and get off shore. Seas 2 feet or less. Again, yeah, there you go. 2 feet or less. West wave direction, 5 seconds. So Friday is looking like a good day to get out there if you've got that ability. If you're a weekend guy like myself, it's gonna be a little bumpy. But hey, that's you put on your explorer's cap and get out there. Saturday, 15 to 20, seas 2 to 3 feet. Chance of thunderstorms in the morning. Chance of showers, thunderstorms in the afternoon. So again, that's the rainy season pulling in. Sunday, 15 to 20, seas 2 to 3 feet. I'm not. NOAA's being a little funky right here. That's too general for me. I'd stick with windy if I was you and play it by ear. All right, so that's NOAA. Let's look at our moon phase and see what we got going on so that we can make some progress here in this report. Okay, today's moon phase. Today, we are at a waxing moon. Again, waxing means we are heading towards the full moon. Waning means you are heading away from the full moon. So right now we're at 40% waxing. Tomorrow, 50% waxing. So it's Wednesday. Thursday, 59% waxing. Friday, 69%. Saturday, 77%. Sunday, 84%. So we're heading towards this full moon. So, if you're a Wahoo guy and you go by the moon phases, it's possible that you can get out there. I don't think you'll be able to do any high-speed trolling with the way the ocean's going to act this weekend. But, into next week, that moon is starting to get bright. So the Wahoo will have a nice bite. The pelagics, this moon phase isn't really going to mess with them right now. They'll still be biting. The dolphin and the tuna, they're not going to be feeding all night with this moon like this. So it might not be as tricky to get them. Last weekend, if you can see right here, there was no moon. So that's why there was that solid dolphin bite that you had seen earlier in the report. All right, so that's our moon phase. Let's move on with our tides. Tides are very important. You need that water flow, especially if you're fishing out of the jetties or inlets. You fish out those inlets right out front of them. You've got that water flow going on. Always helps. All right, here we go. Right now, we are at a falling tide, and as the week goes on, we're going to be more into that falling tide, which is good. That means you will be able to fish that inlet, those inlets, those jetties. You'll be able to troll by them, drift by them, bottom fish out in front of them. There's going to be fish in front of them. Also, if you fish on the jetty, you're a land-based guy. These are the tides you want, the outgoing tide. That's when you catch fish on a jetty. If you fish the incoming tide, you're fishing for rocks and water. All right, so today, tomorrow, at sunrise, we're on about 2/3 into our tide that is falling, right? As we approach the weekend, we'll be closer to it. Friday, you're going to be solidly into the falling tide as the sun comes up. 10:30 is the slack tide. So that's Friday was our good day. So that's actually a good day to get out early morning. You'll have the water pulling. The elements will be on your side Friday. The moon, the tide, and the wind is going to actually behave itself. So Friday will be a nice day. Saturday, again, that tide's going to be pulling as the sun comes up. 11:17, we go slack. And remember, we've had some great fishing during the slack tide. So, don't give up. All right, so that's our tides, guys. And that's pretty much it for this report, right? So, again, it's going to be windy. It's going to be bumpy, but it's doable, especially Friday. If you can get out Friday, Friday is looking like the day, and early next week, it looks like the luck will change. But again, like I said, watch it in the afternoons. The storms are going to blow up on land and head out into the ocean. So if you're offshore and you see the storm starting to blow up, just be wary that you're going to have a bumpy ride getting in. Bumpy and wet ride getting in. All right, folks. So that about does it. Before we head out here, I just want to invite everyone to, if you have Facebook, to join the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. This is the Facebook page. It's a group. You just ask to join the group. It's 2 simple questions that you gotta answer. 1, do you follow the rules? 2, what's your favorite fish? And then you get accepted in the group if you have Facebook. So please, join that. Every report that folks drop on here is what makes this weekly report happen here on YouTube. And like I said, the YouTube channel is also what drives all the information and gives everybody, keeps everybody into the bite. So again, if you haven't subscribed, feel free to. It's tons of free information, and it will, like I said, keep you into the bite. All right, folks, that about does it for this episode. We will see you next Tuesday. Till then, South Florida Saltwater Fishing, going wherever the cool wind